With open meetings law notification and adoption of agenda. Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and welcome everyone. Next up we have the administration of the oath of office to newly elected board members, and that would be Quinn. And that would be Stephanie.
Where do you want to go?
Right in front of the camera,
All right.
front and center.
So we'll go Luann first. We do them both together.
We can do them both together.
Oh, even better. All right. Raise your right hand. I,
Stephanie Richter.
having been duly elected
Having been duly elected
to the Board of Education
to the Board of Education
of the Whitnall School District,
of the Whitnall School District,
but have not yet entered upon
have not yet entered upon
the duties thereof,
the duties thereof,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
the duties of said office
the duties of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Next up, we have the annual organization of the Board of Election of Officers, and that is chaired by the senior member,
Which would be me.
Nancy.
All right. So we are here to elect president, vice president, treasurer, and clerk. So we will begin with the president. We'll have nominations and then we'll vote if there's more than one person nominated. Kathy, I see her colored papers, has arranged for paper here, so we would do a paper vote if there's more than one person nominated for each position, and the majority rules.
We have 6 people though.
No,
We have John on the
Okay.
computer.
Good.
So if we have to vote by paper, John, we'll have to figure something out for you. Maybe you can, I don't know.
Okay.
Whisper
in my ear.
Hold something up to the camera.
Maybe send it, maybe an email or something like that,
Text
so.
it to me.
Or text, yeah, you could text.
That would work.
Okay.
Who is that?
To Lowell,
Ready?
Okay,
Yeah, you're
okay.
I will.
Hi.
Do we start nominations?
Okay, so I will open the floor for nominations for president.
I nominate Kevin.
I'll nominate Luann Bird.
Do we have to?
Wait, yeah, so Kevin, would you accept the nomination? Okay, other nominations?
Luann Bird.
Luann, would you accept the nomination?
Yes, I would.
Are there any other nominations for president? To bear with me because I have to ask 3 times. Any other nominations for president? Okay, so we have Kevin and Luann. So Kathy, we will need to vote. And John, can you text to Lowell? Thank you.
Do I have an audience member who would like to assist me? Thank you.
This chair's noisy.
One for Kevin.
2 for Kevin. For Luann. 2 for Luann.
3 for Luann, 3 for Kevin. So I have 4 for Luann and 3 for Kevin.
All right, so Luann, congratulations. You are.
I'm not so sure. No. Thank you.
You
Thank you
are-
all. Appreciate that. I'll be glad to serve one more year. So go ahead.
All right, then we have Vice President, nominations for Vice President.
Jonathan?
Are there any other nominations for Vice President?
Kevin.
Any other nominations for Vice President? All right, so we have Jonathan and Kevin as nominations for Vice President. So Kathy, we'll have to,
You got to ask her to accept.
Oh, did you
oh,
accept?
sorry. Jonathan, will you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Kevin? Okay.
Did you ask 3 times for that one?
Did you have to ask 3 times?
I asked once when no one said anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because you asked 3 times total, right?
Right. Yeah, no one has to be 3 times total. Kathy, you get to do a lot of work at this meeting today.
Very excited.
Steps in.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, we have 1 for Jonathan, 1 for Kevin. That's 2 for Jonathan, 3 for Jonathan, 2 for Kevin, 4 for Jonathan, 5 for Jonathan. So 5 for Jonathan, 2 for Kevin.
All right. Congratulations, Jonathan. You're the Vice President.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to Treasurer. Nominations for Treasurer.
Stephanie?
Any other nominations for Treasurer? Any other nominations for Treasurer? Stephanie, will you accept the nomination? So, all in favor of Stephanie for Treasurer, say aye.
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 Unanimous, Stephanie, Treasurer. And Clerk. Nominations for Clerk.
Brent Burnett?
No.
Will you accept?
No.
Okay. Other nominations for Clerk?
Kevin?
Kevin? Any other Kevin, will you accept the nomination?
Sure.
And any other nominations for clerk? All right. Kevin, you're the only nominee, so are we all in favor of Kevin? Aye.
Aye.
All right, Kevin, congratulations. So to recap, we have Luann Bird as president, Jonathan Cagle as vice president, Stephanie as treasurer, and Kevin as clerk. All right.
All right. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, thank you. Next up, we have comments from the audience regarding agenda items. So this is the only time, this is our business meeting that you can address the board, as this is a business meeting. We ask that you come forward, state your name and address for the record, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Would anyone like to address the board this evening? Would anyone like to address the board? Seeing none, then we'll move to our consent agenda. I do want to mention a couple of changes. I guess I'll go through, as I go through, I'll mention what those are. These are agenda items that are either routine or we've discussed them before, so we do vote on these with one vote with no discussion. On the consent agenda, we have A, approval of March and April vouchers and vouchers payable. B, approval of the February 22nd, March 14th, and April 11th, 2016 school board meeting minutes. C, approval of April 4, 6, 7, 13, 14, and 18, 2016 school board closed session meeting minutes. D, approval of revised policy 345.6 high school education plans / graduation requirements. E, approval of youth options request. And F is approval of staff resignations. G has been pulled from the agenda. H, approval of staff hires. I just want to mention that those signatures on that document have all been gathered, and they're all on the document now. So Would anyone like to pull any of these agenda items out before we approve the consent agenda? Seeing none, then I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Been moved by Jonathan, seconded by Stephanie. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, John. Next, we have discuss and take possible action on revised policy 260, temporary administrative arrangements, and this is the second reading. Quinn, you kind of want to, is there any comments on this? Otherwise, this could get voted on tonight, is that correct? Okay. Anyone have any questions, concerns about this particular item? Seeing none, then I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
It's been moved and
Second.
seconded. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, then motion carries. All right. Next up, we have the staff compensation model. And is Amy, who is going to lead this discussion tonight? Joel, come on up, Joel.
And I understand we're going to have it all up on the screen too for anybody who can't hear me. Perhaps they can read it. It's all in the board's packet. And there you go. I'm just going to read it straight out so that there's no question, no improvisation or anything. And after careful consideration, the Compensation Committee has decided that the additional time is needed in order to bring forth a cohesive and thoughtful compensation model. It's our intention to have this compensation model ready for presentation to the school board by the end of the 2015-2016 school year in order for board approval and timely implementation for the 16-17 school year. As a compensation committee, we've determined that restructuring our committee will enable us to move forward more efficiently. Presently, our committee is comprised of 12 teachers with representation from all 4 schools, an instructional technology leader, an instructional effectiveness coach, a dean of students, and the human resources manager. In order to move forward, we need representation at this point from the business manager, principals from each building, and a school board member if possible, and insight from the new superintendent. In order for the district to conscientiously ensure that all teachers are being fairly compensated, we, the Compensation Committee, have determined that a clear and concise roadmap for advancement through the district compensation plan is essential. The communication of the components and the progress of the plan is necessary for transparency. The creation of the teacher compensation model needs to be cautious and prudent to ensure that it is equitable and competitive. This will attract and retain the best and the brightest in the teaching profession, making Whitnall School District a destination district for both students and staff. That's the statement from the committee. I'd like to add that a group becomes a team when each member is sure enough of themselves and their contribution to praise the skills of others. This isn't just a committee. We are a team. We're at a delicious nexus. We can smell success, and we just haven't yet had the chance to taste it. We're looking forward to that. Thank you. The rest of the committee's here.
Right, I want to thank you all for coming again. In reviewing the plan that they brought forth last time, they just wasn't, it still needed more work, and they just weren't ready. So I was able to sit in on one meeting and listen to all the concerns, and it was very helpful for me to understand what you all needed yet to get the work done. So thank you for your patience and understanding. Does anyone else have any comments? If not,
I have a question.
Yes.
So we are able to do this outside of the CPI,
Yes.
and there's no parameters? There's nothing in Act 10 that says we can't?
I don't know, Joel, you might want to answer that one.
Well, this isn't negotiation.
This isn't a negotiation.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, so it's not, the CPI.
It's not part of that Act 10.
right.
Not part of this.
Oh, well,
Right.
he missed something.
Pardon?
I said he missed something,
No.
the governor. That's good.
Okay. All right. So then this is going to get worked through and be brought back to the board at a later date. And we hope to get, as they noted in their request a little more feedback from other buildings and more feedback from principals, and that's all got to happen yet as a result of the good conversations we had. So, all right, thank you all very much for coming then. Next up, we have our new business, discuss and take possible action on resolution of school board authorizing loan. Doug, you've presented us with a bunch of information here.
Yes, and what needs to happen tonight is the resolution of school board authorizing loan needs to be read so that it goes into the minutes exactly as it's written. Then submit the papers. They will determine for us what the amortization schedule is going to be. They don't do that ahead of time, like if we were working with Baird. But has been Baird's recommendation that 2.5% interest for 5 years is a pretty good deal. So I'm recommending that the board approve the resolution so we can get the wheels going. We won't actually need any of the money until July, but so we probably won't take a draw that soon, and then we'll take out periodic amounts later as we need them.
So do we need to read this entire motion to approve?
I'm afraid so.
And I think the back side is missing. Do we have the back side?
Oh,
In our pack, it says, please see the other, complete the other side.
Oh,
Or is
yeah,
this
there's-
it, what we got on here?
That's the only thing I have.
Okay,
Back page.
all right.
So Doug, we're gonna formulate the payments to pay it off in 5 years?
correct.
Okay.
So approximately 88,000 you estimated?
Right, and plus 88,000 plus interest. That's the piece that's unknown at this point.
But these numbers are fixed, though.
The 2.5 and the 440.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yes,
it can't
they are.
exceed 440, and the 2.5 is fixed.
Right.
Whoever's gonna make the motion. Okay, the clerk should make the motion.
Should read it.
Read it?
Read it,
Kevin, would you like to do
This
it?
page, right?
starting with the resolution
Be it
to
resolved,
apply.
Form A. Right?
Page 7, Form A.
Right.
So that right here, yeah, page 7. Resolution of school board authorizing loan. Resolve that we, the members of the school board of the school district of Whitnall, Wisconsin, duly assemble in meeting according to law this day, 25th of April, 2016. Approve and authorize the application be made by the president and clerk of the school board of the Board of Commissioners of Public Lands for a state trust fund loan in the amount of $440,000 and zero change dollars for the purpose of financing the installation of fiber optic network. The loan is to be repaid within 5 years from the 15th day of March preceding the date of the loan. The loan is made. The loan is payable in annual installments with interest at a rate of 2.50% per annum, for the date of making the loan to the 15th day of March next, and thereafter annually as provided by law. Be it further resolved that there is levied on all the taxable property within the school district of Whitnall a direct, irrepealable annual tax sufficient in amount to pay the principal and interest on the loan as they become due. Be it further resolved that we, the members of the school board of the school district of Whitnall, Wisconsin, do intend to use our exemption authority within the purview of section 67.12, parentheses, 12, parentheses, E, parentheses, 2G, Wisconsin statute for the application of this loan.
Would you like to make a motion?
There's-
Is that moved by Kevin then?
No.
He doesn't have to make a motion?
So I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Okay.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
Thank you.
Next up, we have comments from the school board regarding agenda items for future consideration.
I have one,
Nancy?
which probably should have been on this agenda, but we need to appoint the representative for the Park and Recs.
And CISA.
This is,
Okay. And,
this is the list of
right,
who the committees and
Right.
everything, so we'll need to appoint all these next.
At the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. Along that same motion, then, send me your your request for committee assignments, because that's usually put together between now and the next meeting as well, okay? So let me know what you'd like to be on, and I'll go ahead and take care of that. And then we'll also have the Hales Corners Park and Rec, Greenfield Park and Rec, and WASB delegate and CISA representatives. Those would be the 4. All right, thank you, Kathy. Any other agenda
I
items?
know we have, and I'm sure it'll be brought up later, about the liaisons to each school.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe if we
right.
could have a once-a-month update, with the committee reports and such,
Oh,
where
that's
they
on here,
could have a, comments regarding what they see or hear going on.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Anything else? If not, then we'll move to board member announcements. I would like to mention that Falcon Fest was really well done. Again, they are so organized in what they did. And our basket generated some money, so that was nice to see. But they did a great job, and we really appreciate all those who worked so hard and everyone who supported Falcon Fest. That's really nice. Okay, anyone else have items? Seeing none, then we'll move, I would entertain a motion to adjourn into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.85, parentheses 1, parentheses C and E, parentheses C2A, review superintendent contract.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call vote, Quinn,
Aye.
Jonathan,
Aye.
Stephanie. Aye. Kevin.
Aye.
Nancy.
Aye.
And me, aye. Motion carries.
Aye.
And John?
Aye.
John, yes.